who want to see you blossom and or bloom. I am Jessica Sup. I am a Reiki master teacher and intuitive, and today we have a special healing session. It is all about cleansing the relationships in your life, okay? So if you're new to the community, welcome babies. This is your nightly self-care routine, a place where you take care of yourself, you be sweet to yourself, you do whatever you need to do during this time to do you feel me? Anyway, you're not my baby, so welcome to all my new babies, and welcome back to all of my returning babies. Mama loves you, you're so sweet, so cute, so let's go ahead and get started, okay? Now, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and begin to breathe on your own. We're going to start this session off with a prayer. It's not a religious prayer, it's just a prayer to root us in our individual healing experience and bring us together as a community and as a collective. And because consent matters, do I have your permission to say a prayer? Okay, just give yourself a nice big ol' hug and show yourself what it feels like to have true trust, true love, true support, true guidance, true companionship. Give yourself this nice, sweet hug. And we're gonna go ahead and get started, okay? May I touch you? Okay. Dear universe, and all for the highest vibrational good only, please connect us to our highest self and validate information for our highest good only. Please allow us to release what we need to let go and embrace what allows us to grow. Let our journey encompass the lineages, traditions, religions, and spiritual paths that bring light out through us to share with others. I say all of this in the name of I am, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So just cleansing. I'm gonna start here. And let's just cleanse those connections, okay? And I was talking about this yesterday, that when we have issues in relationships, but our physical body is fine, our personal life is fine, just us as an entity by ourselves, then that can be an indication that you need to do some ancestor connecting. And that just really depends on whatever your lineages are. Lineages. And also just talking to your ancestors. It can be grandparents, it can be, very close family members. Those are our, recent ancestors. So you can just talk to them, and the way that you talk to them is just acknowledging them and thinking about them in a fond way and happiness. Because oftentimes we are a combination of all of their experiences as well. So we're gonna have some overlapping themes that will show up in all of our lives, okay? Now, I'm a huge proponent of boundaries, and so when you're healing relationships, be mindful of boundaries too. Be safe, healing people that you are close to. It can be a very vulnerable thing, and also some people love you and they do not know how to respect boundaries. Some people have good intentions, but they never learned how to have balance or boundary, or to approach you in a way that needs to be healthy. And the same on both sides. It's not it's not just other people. It's we're all, balancing that energy. And because of that, people may be mean to you, hurt you, be rude to you, when really they just want to love you. They just don't know how. And what ends up happening is that when someone gets stuck on, well, they're not is how they want to be treated, versus you can understand that someone is not a bad person, or that you yourself, you're not a bad person. But the approach needs to change, and the only way that you can shift or change that approach is kind of learning the hard lesson of, no, you're not allowed to come around me if you're going to act like that. When you're ready to act different, then we can have a conversation, or for you to receive that yourself if you're off the chain, that, life is telling you, like, no, not right now. You're not allowed to do that until you can balance it out. And that could be healing. Sometimes people are too afraid to say no to people because they don't want to hurt their feelings, or they don't want, they don't want it to seem like they're they don't care. But if you really care about someone, you'll give them boundaries so that they can be better. If people really care about you, they will give you boundaries so that you're not being enabled. Because in these beautiful relationships in which there are healthy boundaries, things are just so free flowing. It is literally freedom at its core. And when I say it's freedom at its core, I mean, like, you're not worried if they're going to come back, or if they're going to be here today or gone tomorrow. You're not worried about having to say the right thing, or if, you're misinterpreted. You just enjoy them. And that's because you have your boundaries, they have their boundaries, and you all have a mutual level of respect for each other. And you cannot take that into your life with everyone. There's been times in all of our lives where you love and you care for certain people on multiple levels in your life, but you could not be in their life because you weren't ready, or they could not be in your life because they were not ready. And respecting the fact that you can't carry them through, no matter how much you care and love. Sometimes you'll be reunited, and sometimes you won't. But I always think it's interesting that there's this fear of not, having resolution or being reunited, and then nobody ever thinks about the fact that there are so many people out here in the world that you have yet to meet who will love you fully, who will be supportive of you. Your connection to them, you just had to get to a certain point where you expected more, and you could give more to yourself, and then they show up in your life, and they are love and they are balance. So while one can be sad about, I don't want to let this or that connection go, just to remember what you need will always show up in your life. I feel very strongly about this when it comes to parenting too, whether it be parents or whether it be children. Even if you feel like you don't have a good relationship with your mother, with your father, that doesn't mean that the universe didn't send mother figures, father figures, grandparent figures into your life that acted in a way that you had wished your parent to be. But it is not a moment to feel sad of like, oh, I really wish my parent acted like this. It's more of like, the universe provides regardless. You just have to open your view to it. And the same thing with children too. Sometimes as children get older and they become adults, and there's a distance or something like that, there's a feeling of like, oh, or if you have a kid who's kind of always getting in trouble or something, or I won't say getting in trouble, but just always has a problem. And for them, in order for them to grow up, they kind of have to learn how to figure it out. You gotta learn how to, figure this out without wanting to be babied for the rest of their life, even though I'm a baby you all, but wanting to be baby for the rest of the life. Life will still send you children who are those examples that can have that dynamic with you. And it doesn't mean you love your kids less. It just means that the universe always provides, and we have to open up our frame of perspective. We can't just be limited in a box. We have to accept all the ways that the universe provides, because most of the answers that we're seeking and we're searching for in life, they're right in front of us. sight or the perspective to see, we're gonna miss it. We're gonna be like, oh, still don't have no problems, because you want it a certain way, and maybe that certain way is not best for you. Now for the love relationships. I'm about to talk about some struggle love. If y'all know what a struggle love is. Struggle love is when you love someone and they love you back, and then, but at the same time, y'all are not the best partners for each other, or these are not the time to be a good partner for each other. And even though you love that person, there's a lot more damage that comes from it. But the struggle love is that, oh, if I hold on to it one day, if and when this person gets better, I can say that I am a true lover because I held them down during their tough times. No. No, you enabled them. And that doesn't mean that you don't be a good partner to someone when they're going through a tough time. Tough time can be health, tough time can be money, tough time can be job related things like that. If that tough time includes disrespecting you, cheating, lying, it doesn't matter how much you love them or they love you, and also if you are the person doing that too, it just shows that you, them, or both of y'all are not ready to be in a relationship, or y'all are just not, the right relationship for each other. And look, when you stand in a line long enough, you're gonna feel real bad if you get out that line. You're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, if I get out this line, da 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 da. But maybe there is an entrance over there in the corner that did not require a line, and you're gonna stand in this line forever. And I think what is tough or difficult for people, for anybody, is the fact that when you get out of the line, you trust yourself. You'll always have a better option 100% of the time. But that better option then puts you in a position of having to ask yourself, why did I stay in the line so long? And so some people stay in struggle love, not really because they're just so down for that person. They stay in the struggle love because they don't want to work through their own individual stuff, because once that distraction leaves, now they gotta work on themselves. And that's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But, when you just kind of show up and work through it, it's scary, but once you get to the other side, you feel better. You feel lighter. The energy feels super good. So let's bring into your life the right kind of relationships. But I want you to understand that the power is always within you. It is not outside of you. It is within you. When we go into these energy healing sessions, I'm asking the universe to open up within you and understanding that you have the power. And when you start to take your power back, a lot of things will unravel. And if you can just make it through that transition period, there's a lot of beauty on the other side. So don't be nervous or afraid. Or be okay with being support you and bring you what you truly deserve in your life. And that in the end, regardless of if you all are connected or not, that you both are healthy and happy. And that's kind of tough to realize that you and another person could be in sickness together, and that you could be happy somewhere else and they could be happy somewhere else. But if you truly care about someone, if they truly care about you, they would want you to be happy and healthy even if it wasn't with them. So just cleansing through that there. That's why this energy work is some powerful stuff. Because sometimes people want to force a happy ending on something that is festering versus really working with the universe, which is we're going to go through all kinds of life lessons and they don't feel good all the time. But if we treat ourselves right, if we support and love ourselves, we will always find what we're actually looking for. But don't be afraid of loss, because the art of losing isn't hard to master, even though it may feel like it, right? Disaster. It's just one moment. It's always hard to explain or express to people that the loss is no disaster. It's not. It's a part of your elevation. Think of how you continue to evolve, and that raises your level of consciousness. It doesn't mean that everyone has to exit your life. It just means that when you heal those relationships, when you heal yourself, but in the physical, because I talked about this on Patreon, I actually recently posted about this. In the physical, you may not be able to be in contact with them on an energetic level. You can be happy for them and hope the best for them. But on a physical level, you have to take care of yourself, because the universe pays attention to how we treat ourselves. You are not seen as better or in a better situation, or more favorable is what I'm trying to say, if you put yourself down in order to lift someone else up. Because what you're showing that other person is, it's okay to put yourself down in order to lift somebody else up. So then they start feeling guilty that you're doing that, and it creates anger and upset. So all of these unhealthy dynamics, they can be balanced, but you may not end up with them people. And I think many traditions have talked about unattachment, and that's what it is. It's not that you can't love the people that you're around. It's you unattach to the outcome and you enjoy the moment as it is. And when you do that, you'll be more likely to attract people in your life who have that same kind of energy, and you all can go and flow together. But understand that you have this flow of energy coming into your life, and it's going to be represented by many people. And instead of having such a limited view of mind, which is, oh, it has to be this one person or these set people, open it up to universe. It doesn't matter who it is, just let the energy come in, and you will have balanced connections with many people, and you'll be able to allow them to flow in and to flow out. But when we get so, oh, it has to be this one person, what we're really doing is energetic codependency, and that is something that our soul is not here for that. If we're all here, to raise the vibrational frequency, then we have to connect in ways that give everyone autonomy and freedom and love love doesn't always mean it is a physical thing. Love can be from far away. You acted a little weird, but I'm gonna love you from a distance, you know? And sometimes when you can put boundaries on someone quicker, it can actually save the dynamics of the relationships. You have somebody who you're in a relationship, they cheat on you. The quicker that you say, no, you can't be in a relationship with me anymore, the more they probably might get themselves together, versus just turning a blind eye to them cheating. Then they're gonna do it again, or they're going to feel so bad that they did that to you that it starts to come out in other ways, and vice versa. Well, babies, I hope you enjoyed this session today, and I hope that you enjoy the relationships that are in your life. The people in our lives are here to make our lives interesting. I was gonna say fruitful, but I'm gonna say interesting and fun and amazing, and we learn a lot of lessons too. So the quicker that you can get on your path of a more balanced and better boundaries,